Okay, we are in After Effects, and first thing I'm gonna do is import the sequence that we have exported from Cinema 4D and drop into the new composition. As we can see, this is what we made in Cinema 4D, and I'm gonna change some compositional settings. Duration 5 seconds. And now we go to the final keyframe of the animation. We make a new solid with an orange color, and we are going to make a mask, a cube mask. We make a cube and we rotate 45 degrees, and we need to try to match our solid with our background animation to continue the animation in After Effects. As you can see, now our solid cube match perfectly with our Cinema 4D cube. So we go to the first keyframe of our solid and we press T to go to the opacity. We add a keyframe and change the opacity value to 0, and we move forward a little bit and we change the opacity to 100. Now we make this solid a 3D layer and we need to rotate. So I'm gonna add a new keyframe, move forward and rotate to add the new keyframe again, and we will see that now our cube rotates on a 3D layer. That's what I'm talking about. And move a little forward to slow the rotation a little bit, and that's good. Now we need to change the orientation of that cube, so I'm gonna add a new keyframe and we add a keyframe moving to the left to animate this cube. So let's see how that look like. That's pretty good. In the composition settings, I'm going to change our shooter to make our motion blur better. And now let's add a gradient effect to the background to make this more cool. And let's change those color to gray and white. You can play with the colors if you want, but I like minimal style, so I'm gonna go for a gray and a white, and of course orange looks excellent on gray. I'm gonna change our solid mode to maybe multiply, let's see. That's pretty good. And now it's time to add our text, so I'm gonna pick the text tool and type CG dots and change the font to Dean Bold and scale this text a little bit and then move to match with the cube. And then I'm gonna duplicate that text, move and change to welcome with the gray color, of course. And I'm gonna scale down the solid at the keyframe and scale up to make our bounce effect and move the text to match with the cube, as we can see. Now it's time to animate our text from left to right, so I'm gonna add a new keyframe on the position of the text and move to the left. Now I'm gonna duplicate our gradient background and make a new mask and put our text down of our mask background to hide our text. As we can see, our text just appeared like a magic. And finally I'm gonna add a new solid and make a small square to put inside of our cube, and I'm gonna animate that white square. I'm gonna change the scale to make again that bounce effect. So I'm gonna move to the center and the keyframe on opacity to 0 and move forward and make opacity 100, right? And now I'm gonna change the scale a little bit I'm I'm trying to get better. See ya. And finally, we can add a new adjustment layer to change some colors before render. So that's it, we are ready to render. We change to QuickTime format with photo, and we select our location. We are done. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and sorry for my English.